Hey everyone, and welcome back to Master Site. Today we have our game three of the U.S. Masters event. We're coming off a loss against Ed and his ogres, and we get matched up against Donny Krosch from the Midwest, and he is playing his Goblins. So let's go ahead, dive into lists, and we'll get into the game. So Donnie and I are pretty familiar with each other. We've played several times. I believe I've had him on the channel once or twice before. I'm trying to think. Michigan GT rings a bell. I think I was playing EOD then, but he was playing his Goblins. So in general, his Goblins have stayed pretty consistent throughout the years. So I'm very familiar with him, and I also recently played him a week before Masters. So yeah, this will be one that we're both very familiar with each other and each other's lists. So Donnie has 5 hordes of rabble. He has 3 war trombones, 3 sharp stick throwers, 3 wingets, Groany Snark. He has a Flaget with Fireball 8. He has 2 wizards, one with Hex and Alchemist Curse, the other with Lightning Bolt 3. Magua and Joes, whatever. The formation with Maw Pups on both of them, and Helm of the Drunken Ram on one, which I know Donnie likes that one. I usually find the J boots to be my 15-point item of choice on unit like that, but and then he has Pipes of Terror on his individual Gorp. So comes out at 22 drops, 24 unit strength. You know, goblins, they're always up there, but our 17 drops and we have more unit strength, but unit strength won't really matter. 17 drops is pretty good though. But that won't matter because we're going to be playing Stockpile. So here is Donnie. Him and Travis decided to wear the same goblin shirt around her day one. So, um, yeah. So let's take a look at the board. Sorry for kind of a blurry picture here, but Stockpile. So Donnie rolled off and won, so he placed the first stockpile tokens, so the one in the middle. He placed the one over here, and I decided that this is one of the few armies that I'm not really looking to spread out against, so I went ahead and was able to put the last stockpile token still on the right. Big roll off for choosing sides. I won, so I got to choose this side. The main thing that does is it allows me to actually access this stockpile in the middle before Donnie could from that side. Just because I don't have any Pathfinder units that can run through the forest and pick it up. So from this side, this Butcher Flesh Ripper is going to be able to run up and pick up that token while staying on out of line of sight even. So yeah, that was a big deciding factor for this particular game. But you'll see terrain wise, we got both hills here, forest in the middle, forest in the right, impassable center right. The flat pond is over here. He's sitting on it. Obstacle here, and the field over here. So for deployment, Donnie put all 3 of his what are they called? Sharpstick throwers out on the left flank here, so that he can draw an angle past this forest here. So this isn't the first time Donnie's done this against me. He always likes to put his war machines practically on the line instead of further back. I've talked to him about it. I don't know exactly why. I still think that he would want them a little bit further back than this. But anyway, he has one of his wizards back here. I forget which one that is. Horde of Rabble, he has a Winged sitting in between the next Horde of Rabble, 2 Wingeds behind, Horde of Rabble behind that. Magua and Joe's is behind this Rabble here. And then he went all 3 War Trombones on the line here, which is going to be roadblocked by obstacles, because for those that don't know, war machines cannot go over obstacles. They treat them as impassable terrain. So I double checked with Donny, when he's deploying. I was like, hey, just so you know, you can't go over that. And he's like, yep, that's fine. So I think Donnie's idea is he wants to be able to just shoot right away on any of my units that come up and pick up the tokens. I think the issue is that I'm going to be getting cover from the obstacle or from behind the forest here, no matter what he's shooting at. So, and I have stealthy, so these guys are hitting on 6s. So, yeah, he has the Flaget with the what's called Fireball right there. Then on the right flank, Donnie, also his other wizards somewhere in here too. But on the right flank, Donnie loaded it up pretty good. He has 2 hordes of rabble, but he's not able to put them side by side. There's not enough room over here, so he has one starting in the pond, the other one starting over here, but it's right up against the board edge because he's able to go straight forward with this unit without going over the pond. So he's going to do a little leapfrog action, it looks like. And then he has both of his formation cab out here, along with his formation character, and Grony Snark is back here as well. So, yeah, so Donnie's nice and jammed up on the right here, and with Stockpile, I have my deployment over here. So these war machines were down before I put the Dread Fiend down. I pre-measured. I'm able to go up past this terrain, be within 16. So turn 2, I can charge this for this war machine. I have Horde of Scarecrows, Soul Flares with Blade of Slashing, both Mind Screeches, and Butcher on this side of the forest, or sorry, Impassable. And then over here, I have Horde, Butcher with Horror Riftweaver, Tormentor Troop, and Soul Flares. This one has J Boots. Then another Tormentor, do Butcher Flesh Ripper, Horror Riftweaver, and this one has Helm of the Drunken Ram. So we roll off for first turn, and I get first turn too. So very, very important, key, crucial roles here. Me getting, I kind of got everything going my way for the pregame setup. Donnie was forced to put the token down first, which, he could have placed it in such a way that I would have had to place a token on the opposite side of the board. But I was able to, determine that either way. I got the choice for sides. I get first turn. So this is really, starting off extremely well for me, winning those 50-50 toss-ups and getting a huge advantage out of it here. So what's better than a huge advantage is just kind of keeping that rolling. So we move up, and shooting phase. I have my 2 Mind Screeches here, which we're able to move. One of them's getting clear shots, and I want to take out the war engines because those are kind of some of the key shooting elements that are going to cause me troubles. It's just weight of shots. Those things put out the most shots. I want to take them out if possible. So I shoot at one, get a couple wounds, shoot at the other, get a wound. That one had cover on it though, so not not too expecting much here, but and he has inspiring there. But if I know anything from playing against goblins, it's just none of all the damage is going to stick. So spreading damage isn't the worst thing in this case. I'll be able to, shoot him the next turn. There's no way he hides him from my height 4 Mind Screeches. And my Mind Screeches, one of them, I mean, is going to take bolt thrower shots, but that's about the only thing that's threatening it, unless he decides to run a wing it into the forest to shoot out of it, which I'm okay with. So these Mind Screeches are fairly well protected. Uh, Big thing is Donny doesn't have a whole lot of lightning bolts. That's what really scares me in my army from goblins or any army in general. So I feel pretty confident that I'll have at least another round of shooting at these guys. Um, but we get lucky. We did 2 wounds to this one. We rolled the 8 twice, killed it. We did 1 wound to this one. We got a waiver. So sometimes better lucky than good. We just eliminated 10 shots and delayed 10 shots from shooting on bottom turn 1. So that is definitely going to help us just maintain healthiness throughout this game because, like I had mentioned with Donnie's army, every wound sticks. Well, every wound he does to me is going to stick too, and it adds up. So yeah, this is what it looks like going into Donnie's turn 1. And then this is the after. So Donnie obviously stays put over here, just moves up the rabble a little bit. Not touching the forest. He's able to draw a line of sight just past it. Yeah, and then he decides that his wingets need to get up and start shooting right away, but they can't really do it while being screened effectively. I think he could have gotten 1 or 2 guys up there, maybe, against the butcher that went and picked up the token, but he wanted to just run up there and get all of them. So this is what it looks like there. And then he moved forward as best he could. He did the leapfrog with this unit as far as it could. And then this unit pushed up as far as it could after that. He did go for the YOLO play. Grani's going in, Gorp's going in. They're both trying to take out a Butcher Flesh Ripper. I mean, Grani spikes so hard one way or the other, but I mean, he doesn't really have an average, but it should be like 4 wounds from him is what I'm expecting. And then Gorp here with Brutal should do another couple wounds. Brutal, so 7. So I'm thinking it's an 8 twice, but Grony could always do 10 wounds. It's just crazy. So he's going for it, but whether I lose this guy or not, like both those individuals are sitting right there, and I have several units that are going to be able to charge him. So I am okay with this. Yeah. So shooting, Donnie does what is that? Like 4 wounds total between all of his stuff. Stealthy helps out, cover from behind the wall here for the war trombone at least. And then he had a couple lightning bolts that couldn't go here, so he threw them there. Did a couple wounds. So yeah, and then he did shoot bolt thrower shots, did 3 wounds, but we're steady over here. And then Grony and Gorp went in, did not kill. In fact, did not waver my guy. And not wavering my guy is actually extremely important, as we'll see. So this is what my turn looks like. So I am going aggressive, getting into 1 bolt thrower, moving up the horde to where if he doesn't charge me or block me off here, I'm going to go into another bolt thrower. These guys just overlooking, so if he does come into me, I can get the flank and clean that up quickly. Yeah. We get the horde over here to push forward at the double once it went over the wall. Just got to get up there and threaten all of his shooting with as much as I can. I did drop the token and took my butcher into his war machine. We are hindered, but 15 attacks on 4s and 2s. I like my odds. So, and then over here, instead of countercharging with the butcher, the individuals aren't blocking my line of sight, so I went ahead and nimble pivoted charge the horde here. And the big thing with this one is Donnie and I looked here, and his horde is perfectly straight behind, or his regiment of cav is perfectly straight behind his horde. So he could declare a double charge, forcing the horde to slide over, and then the nimble cav can easily go to the board edge straight up. But we looked, and his cav base is too wide. The distance between the board edge and the far corner of my base, it just overhangs. So he's not able to actually complete a double charge at this time, which means that my guy is fighting a rabble horde one on one, holding up another rabble horde, which is holding up both the regiments of the formation cav. So talk about the best chaff blocker of all times here, and there we go. So, um, yeah, just like I said, getting first turn was huge. If Donnie got first turn, he easily pushes out of this corner without this issue. But yeah, here we are. So, and then I double charge Grony with the dread or the Helm of the Drunken Ram unit and the Horror Rift Weaver. So, yeah. So shooting, we were able to lightning bolt off the war machine that we did a wound to last turn. Combat, we did kill Grony. Overrun took the Rift Weaver forward just 1 inch, and we did 6 wounds to Gorp, but did not waver him. So did do a low nerve roll there. So Gorp's going to be free to go and cause terror to me and the rest of my army. But with the 1 inch overrun, we have limited his ability to run past my units at least. So, and then we killed the war machine on the far left. We did not kill this war machine though. We only did 4 wounds, so it's disordered, obviously. But yeah, we're sitting up there exposed currently. So and then what's this? That yeah. So this butcher had dropped the token. I left that token dropped, and then Gorp was standing on top of the pile, so I can't pick up another one currently. But this butcher picked up another one off the middle. So all stockpiles, I guess, would be appropriate. All have one left on them, so it's the two, this one and this one have a token that's been dropped already, and this one has guy with 2 tokens with them. So we're turn 2 and have all the stockpiles prepared to be completely emptied this turn. The game plan so far is we wanted to really cripple his shooting early on as much as possible, and so far that's working. So as long as we continue to eliminate his shooting, we're not really looking to take the tokens and run. We're looking to uh, hold the tokens and hold the line and fight. Try to kill as many goblins as we can this game, which I do like the positioning we're in right now, and I think we're off to a really good start to be able to take out the 22 units that Donnie's brought to the table. So, but yeah, that is my turn 2. So bottom of 2 goes to Donnie. And this is what it looks like here. So he did take the horde hindered into my horde. He's taken Magua and Joe's into this horde here. He's ran all of his wingets to a point where he can shoot at the butcher. He did turn Gorp around and realized if he doesn't kill this Flesh Ripper, it's just another turn where he has 3 units doing nothing. So I think rightfully the right choice here. He is choosing to take out this Butcher this turn with Gorp, with Gorp's help anyway. So yeah, that is how we are. Is 2 bolt throwers remaining. Put a couple more wounds on my Mind Screech and get a waiver on him. He does shoot off the Butcher Flesh Ripper, so that is first blood, first casualty on my end. And then second casualty is the other Flesh Ripper. So he kills it. Gorp sidesteps. Gorp took a couple wounds from the bango sticks, whatever they are. And then he positions like so. So this is now what it looks like top 3. This is after my movement. So I went ahead and charged this War Machine. Because guess what? A Dread Fiend's height 4, and I don't want you shooting at my Mind Screech anymore. So I'm going to kill this one and then block the line of sight off for this one. My goal is hopefully kill this Rabble Horde, and then the Rabble Horde can take off the final War Machine while the Dread Fiend goes into all the flanks and everything juicy over here. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking to do this next turn. In the middle, we do take a double charge from the front with the Tormentors and the Horde countercharging, as well as the Butcher, who was sitting on these tokens, went into the flank of Magua. We stayed put because it was hindered. We went ahead and flew over here to try and just get some zaps off. I think I'm going to be shooting at one of these cav units this turn because I went in with my J-Boot unit. And let's see if we had a picture of it here. So you'll see this is his Alchemist Curse Mage right here. So I charged his Alchemist Curse Mage because it's an individual. If I kill him, and I pop J boots, so I'll have Strider / Pathfinder for the whole turn. If I kill him, I overrun. I get a flank of a wing it then. But that does block off my line of sight to like the 4 wounded War Machines, so can't have it all. But yeah, over here on the right, we take a double charge with the Horde and the Soul Flares into Gorp. That should be an easy kill. But the big thing is with that double charge, that actually puts my overrun with the Soul Flares into the flank arc of this Horde. So it will be a flank if I'm able to overrun successfully. Oh, that's what I shot at. Shot lightning bolt at the with cover, but at the Flaget because it's a 8-10. Why the hell not? And again, this is just silly. It's happened 2 times that I've killed something that I need probably at least an 8 twice, and I picked it up. Like I've gotten a couple waivers. I've had some low nerve rolls, but honestly, not on stuff that's super important. So, yeah, just you just got to roll good in this game apparently, and it's easy. So, but we take the wins when we get them. So we are stripping his inspiring because that's 2 units of his 4, I think, that inspire. So, and the other 2 are in combat. The formation Cav guy is about to die, and Magua is being triple charged currently. So we're about to run out of inspiring as the tables. So we kill the individual, overrun, kill the winged, and then reform in this way. So I do kill Magua, and then I overrun with the regiment. I did have to reform with the horde in order to get the overrun to charge successfully. This horde did pick up both these tokens, and we picked up the horde as well. So yeah, Good timing for us. We did kill Magua as well in the middle. I sidestepped with the Horde, who then got all the tokens. They're sitting at 6 wounds, but we got plenty of guys around him. So if he wants to focus on the unit with the tokens, we got plenty of other units that'll pick him up. So yeah, everything's just falling our way currently, and we killed the War Machine as expected. Just gonna sit there. We did kill the Horde as well, so reforms look like this. We're within range to get a charge without the wild charge needed. Um, yeah, it's falling apart now. Every domino's fallen our way at this point. So this is how the board looks, and the formation cav are finally going to be able to get into the game. So, shooting, he does move in such a way to shoot everything at stealthy soul flares. He has 10 shots from the War Machine and 2 wingets, as well as 1 lightning bolt mage. And he only, I get cover from the lightning bolt mage, I think, but he only does 4 wounds, and we hold. He does kill the other soul flares with a front charge here, no big deal. We knew somebody's gonna die. And he kills the Horror Riftweaver and overruns here. So, again, we kind of expect all of this. So, now it goes to our turn, and this is how it looks for top of turn 4. And we charge the War Machine. We double charge the flank because he actually backed these guys up, and it was. Let me see if I got a picture here. So right now you'll see it's tough to see, but I can't see the unit this way. But he backed him up or sidestepped him. I forget exactly what he did, but his movement allowed me to then see, and then I was just in the flank with this Blade of Slashing Soul Flare unit. So that was definitely something Donny could have avoided here. But we take the double charge into the flank of the back rabble, so we're behind the lines. This is last wizard over here, and then these guys. Forget why they're. Oh, the base is there. So they charge this winglet. Butcher charge the flank of this winglet. Tormentors go in to finish off the War Machine. And then I took Tormentors into this unit, which I don't see the dice here, but it charging in, it took a couple wounds from their bang sticks the turn before. Uh, and there's no inspiring anymore on the board. So I feel like I have a really good chance of wavering at the very least. And then I took a double charge into the Horde here with plenty of backup. We're going to shoot some lightning bolts back here and call it good. So we do kill the regiment. I reform in such a way that this cav unit's in my front, but can't fit because of the Horde. We do kill the wingets with that. Looks like we only did 4 wounds in the flank with this one. This guy is devastated, and we rolled snake eyes. So, hey, we're a giving person like that, right? Yeah. Hey, look, Donnie, everything else is dead, but I rolled snake eyes on your war machine that still can't shoot me this turn. So, we do kill the other war machine, and I leave him to face this way. At this point, this was turn 4, and he has 2 rabble hordes, a winglet, uh, a weapons team or war trombone, a regiment of formation cav, and a wizard left on the board. So at this point in the game, I was looking at the table and I literally thought to myself, I want to kill it all. So that's what my goal is. I'm going after everything. Yeah. So Donnie's turn. This is movement. So there's really not much he can do. He brings the wizard over this direction. My Dreadfiend even turned around to face towards the wizard because I don't need help with this stuff over here. That was before I did roll Snake Eyes on the War Machine, to be fair, but Still, I was like, I'm gonna hunt down that 45-point wizard because I can. So, um, yeah. So this is how Donny position. He just backed up his wing it. He charged the flank of my butcher. Over here, he double charged the horde, and yeah. But this unit is hindered, so uh, combats. He doesn't kill anything. So my turn. Well, I guess this is kind of after everything, I think. But I charged the soul flares into the individual. These soul flares had a rear charge. I countered. I just moved the Dread Fiend up to face at the wing it, and then I fly the soul flares over, so that way I get this one's touching the obstacle, so one clear shot, one cover shot. We countercharge the War Machine, and we double charge or single charge the horde, double charge the regiment. So we have a good opportunity to just pick up every unit this turn, and we start off by succeeding in the shooting. We succeeded against the individual. We killed the horde. We killed the regiment. We killed the horde. We killed the war machine, and that was game. So this horde didn't even mention it, but this horde picked up the 2 tokens that were in the middle. That horde has the other 2. This horde has the other 3. So turn 5, top of turn 5, and we tabled a 22 drop goblin army. Um, you can't say that every day. I feel bad for Donny. Like I said early on, I had all the dice going my way. I won side. I won the token drops. I won first turn, and then I started off first turn by cutting his shooting potency in half, basically, with my 12 lightning bolt that I have. So, uh, we were just hot early, and we just kept steamrolling, and then a couple positioning errors on Donnie's side we did take advantage of. So, the compound of a couple mistakes on Donnie's end plus good dice on my end. This actually ended up being a true blackjack, 21 points. We only lost Soul Flare, 2 Butchers, and a Horror Rift Weaver. So, what is that? 350, like 530 points of material is what we lost. So yeah, it was a slaughter for sure. So uh, sorry, Donnie. I know my dice have not been kind to you as of lately. But this is really good for our standings in the event. I think I mentioned in the last video there have been masters that have been crowned with a loss on their record. So we are not out of this. In fact, after this win, we are tied in points with Ed Fisk, who just beat us. He's 3-0. We're 2-1 with a loss to him, and we both were sitting at the same points. Our loss was only 6 points, maybe 7 points. I think 6 points for our loss, which is one of the lowest you can get. And then our 2 wins so far have been 20 and 21. So yeah, we're sitting at like 47 points right now, which is huge for a 2-1 record. So it's right up there with all the 3-0s. I think we were still like top 10 or top 12 in the whole event currently with those points. So there were quite a few draws on the first day that held some people back in points. So we're right up there. We're ahead of a lot of the 2 wins and draw players. So all in all, about the best day one we can have when the loss is on the record. So very happy with it. Obviously, um, realized that there were preventable mistakes that I made in both the first and second game. I do feel that the third game here, being familiar with Donny's army, I was much more confident in the play. So yeah, needed to really kind of tighten things up, and because day two is going to be the real test. That's where masters are crowned. So can't be making the silly mistakes that I made earlier in day one. So, but yeah, finishing off day one strong. Um, so we'll be going into day two in the next video for game four. So appreciate everybody for watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.